What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin update. We're also going to be taking a look at the DXY, which is the dollar index. We're going to take a look at Dow Jones Industrial. We're going to take a look at gold. And then at the end of the video, we're also going to take a look at XRP. So stick around. This is going to be interesting. There is going to be some massive things happening in the next couple days. So don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Don't forget, we do have a giveaway every Sunday, Ledger Nano S hard wallet giveaway. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you subscribe to the channel, tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post videos, smash the like button, and leave your comments down below. That will get you entered to win. Taking a look at the Fear and Greed Index, we're at 80, still in the extreme greed zone. Let's take a look at the DXY real quick. As you guys know, I've been watching this fractal closely. This is on the 3-day. I do expect a breakout this week. If not, then we could be seeing Bitcoin shoot up. But I do believe we have a breakout here, and it will most likely pull Bitcoin down. But there is an area to watch on Bitcoin. We'll be taking a look at that. If we break above it, we could see 50,000 or more. Also, I want to point out in the RSI here on the 3-day, we have got rejected on this top line, but we still have 2 days left in this. So I do think we could most likely pop up from here. As you can see, we got rejected over here once before continuing up and breaking out of this. So it's the same thing in this area. Also want to look at the MACD. This looks identical in this fractal. The waves are the same. The EMAs are the same. Everything is the same in this fractal. It does look like the dollar is going to get a punch up, in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the Dow Jones. We've been watching this top trend line. We did break above that. Could that have been a bull trap? Let's zoom in and take a look at where we're at now. We are trying to get back above the trend line here. If it has a daily close above this, it's possible the Dow Jones continues up from here. If not, I see us coming down to at least the $29,000 to $30,000 range to test 55 EMA within the coming weeks. And as we look at gold here, I'm still looking for this target of 1736, of course, unless we break this high over here at 1955, but it still looks like we're headed down to this direction. And Bitcoin. This was in March. We had the Black Swan event. That's why I put on the thumbnail. Could it be a Black Swan? There is a possibility. We'll keep an area. I'll show you the area to watch for a breakout to the upside. But as you can see here, we had these two main touches right here at the top in March. The third one did not quite make it to the trend line. And then obviously we all know what happened from there. And if you watched my videos back then, I was calling for a $5,300 Bitcoin, which would have been right down in this area, the measured move out of this wedge here. People were calling me crazy, telling me quit spreading FUD, kind of like they're doing now. I'm just showing you, just like I was then, my opinion and what I thought was going to happen. And obviously the market doesn't have to do what anyone thinks, but I was calling for 53. People called me crazy. We went down to 38. But just take a good look at that right there, and we're going to move over to, this is the 4-hour chart, by the way. Let's move over to what's happening today. So if we look at today, the same thing. We had our two touches at the top here. Not quite to back up to the top now, but if we do break out of this area, let's put a target in there. Put a price label on the top. If we break above this 38.7 again, chances are the measured move there of this little triangle is around 51 to 52,000. That would be where I expect us to break up. One more touch to this top, if we can break that 38.7. If not, we could be looking at the same thing here. We could come back down. 32 would be our next support, somewhere 32 to 32.5, which would be the 200 EMA here. If we break below that, I would be looking at this as, I'm going to try to explain this as quickly as possible, try to keep these videos short, but I could be looking at this as a, B, and C would be down here to the 1-to-1 extension for the 28,400 area. And then also looking at this smaller one up here as a ABC would be A, B, C would get us down to that 32.1 area. Those are one-to-one extensions. Now that would be the bullish case if we get a bounce there. But if not, we could be looking at much more. Down here would be a wave 3 at around 20,800 range. And then of course we would have a wave 4 up and then a wave 5 down, which could be the 12.5. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. If you guys remember, that was the top of our inverse head and shoulders back here at 12.5. That would be the measured move of the drop if we did drop through this 32 and it was a black swan like March. Just keep in mind, guys, this is a very critical area, and that 38,700 is going to be key here. If we can break above that, we could be looking for the 51,000. Let's look at the RSI now. Let me get this off of here. We look at the RSI, you can see the two arrows I have here. We've been watching this wedge. We came up here, which seemed to be a bull trap, broke back down below, got rejected, and we're getting rejected again. If we zoom in here, we are making hidden bearish divergence, and that is, yes, hidden bearish divergence. That's higher highs in the RSI. And if we look at the same, let's put some arrows on here so you can see what I'm looking at. And if we look at the same tops here, we are making lower highs in the price action. That is hidden bearish divergence. Does look like we could come down more. And it could just be a measured move down from here and retest this bottom around the 33,000 range. But it is getting rejected here, guys. It is looking pretty bearish in my opinion. Just be cautious, be careful. If you guys are interested in trading, check out Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. I don't trade against you like the scam exchanges. You can set up multiple charts all at one time. You can have multiple trades going. You can trade Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Forex, gold, silver, oil, all on one exchange. I'll leave a tutorial up top on how to use their leverage. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. You can use my promo code SAVY50. We'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus to use towards your margin. SAVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. You can use them both at the same time and check it out. Let's look at one more thing. This is another bearish chart I've been looking at. What I did was I overlaid the dollar on top of Bitcoin. Every time the dollar bottoms out on this bottom trend line, I know people are saying the dollar is dead. I don't believe it's dead yet. It could be dying. I don't believe they're going to let it fail yet if that is the plan. But every time we hit this bottom trend line, that signifies a top in Bitcoin. If I raise this up here, every time the dollar tops, Bitcoin bottoms, just like back here in March. So be aware that it is looking bearish in my opinion. Of course, that 38.7 is going to be key. I know a lot of people like to look at the log chart, so I drew this log chart just to show it can be manipulated. Obviously, you can see the arc touches all the tops here, and that would signify we've hit the top. Obviously, if we break above that, it's different, but there are a lot going around. They're easily manipulated. That's why I don't use the log charts. And here is another bullish case scenario, even if we have temporarily topped here. Been talking about it for a while. A bottom of wave 4 in June between 18,000 and 30, let's say 30 or 27,000. All depends, but I am looking for a low here in June. If we remain bullish, we could get that one more push up before the end of the year, if this even happens. That would be looking at this 5-wave structure in yellow here or green, whichever. You guys know I'm colorblind. But this would be 5 waves within wave 3. And then wave 4 would be, you know, a couple years of correction before a wave 5, you know, years and years down the road. So anyways, let's take a look at one more thing. As you can see, this is the Bitcoin funding rate. Way more longs back here in March. Way more longs right now. This is starting to look a lot like March to me. Again, if we break up and out of this, which does look like it could be a bull flag, we could be looking up at that 51,000, possibly even higher, as many people say. But as of right now, we could just create a descending triangle here and continue down, or obviously could be a bull flag and go up. But just keep an eye on these areas. Obviously nobody knows for sure what's going on, but I've talked about it for a while. When everybody expects something, it usually doesn't happen. It's like people in the Bitcoin market have been conditioned to believe it's going to go up no matter what and buy the dips. That didn't work real well back here in March. That didn't work real well over here in 2017. I'm going to also show you some similarities of 17 and now, but first we're going to look at this Wall Street market cheat sheet. Euphoria stage where everybody thinks they're a genius is going to keep going up, and then we have the big dip, and then complacency when it starts to look like it's going to get back up there, which is where I believe we are now. Of course 38,700, and then we have another push up, I believe, but it does look like we could be in complacency and come down. As you can see, this looks a lot like what's going on now. If we look back here in 2017, draw this rising channel in here off of these two waves, and off of the second wave before the breakout, we always came back down and broke through this. We could move this line over here, and there was a mini one in 2019, same thing. And if we look at where we're at now, could be looking at pretty much the same exact thing. Again, that 12.5 area, this would actually probably be more down like this. The 12.5 area just above this line, like over here. The same type of stuff went on. So just look at the similarities of this and be careful, be cautious. Again, if we break 38.7, we could have another leg up, but otherwise this is looking pretty much like it could have been a year early in this bull run. And the reason I say that is if we look at this bottom back over here, stretch this out a little bit so you can see it. We look at this first touch to the bottom over here was July 2017. Second one was September. And if we do the same thing over here, we had July 2017 or 20, and then September 2020. Could be a year early in this bull run. Again, a lot's going to depend on if we get this one more leg up here, if we can break 38.7. If we can't, we'll probably continue down, and then I'd be watching for June if we're going to get another leg up. We'll see what happens there, guys. It could just end up like this in June, get another leg up, and it only gets us up to this area, back to the 30,000 or so. So be careful. Let's look at XRP. Still in line to come down to the 4 cents, in my opinion. I've put this chart up on my Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, definitely do that. I don't post that often, but if I see something significant, I usually do. But it does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves here. 4 cents is still my target. If we do break up past this 36, then we could go to the 42, which would be the 0.5 fib. But as of right now, it's still looking like down here. If you guys are interested in helping support the channel, check out inkyyourimage.com. It is my wife's webpage. She does all this herself. There's links down below in the description. Definitely check it out. A lot of cool stuff she can do on here, on glass, aluminum, blankets, pillows, slate, all kinds of cool stuff. And it is quality stuff, guys. There's also a crypto section here, so check it out if you would. And I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post videos. Hit that thumbs up button and leave your comment below. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow.